Before we continue where we left off, in the interests of seeing as much of the content as we can, and because I already had a little chat to see if this was worth doing, we're going to go back to that decision from last time and say that we do trust. In Lilian we trust. Don't be silly. Of course I trust you. What? For real? Why are you surprised? There'd be no one left if I couldn't even rely on you. Never mind. That's awesome! Yay trust! Go friendship! Woo! Love and peace! What was that? I'm trying to match your vibes. Sync up. That weirded me out. But I guess I'll allow it today. Alrighty, that's more like it. Let's go, Team Aurelian. Wow, that's like totally the best team name you came up with since Queens of Crime. I don't feel I should get to eat your amazing name, though. How does Aurelian sound? Wink. No, stop becoming me! This isn't getting too spooky. She's right. Any more might be dangerous. And you know what? We're going to immediately do more. Hey, Lilian. Let's vibe some more. Yeah? Yeah. 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 Wait, stop. I mustn't give in anymore. I can feel the vibe sticking with my thoughts. Any more and I might be consumed for good. This ends here. Yeah? Yeah. Yes, it does. You know what? We are gonna give in. Hey, Lilian, let's vibe some more. Real? Real. Neat. Heh. Fun. Me? You. Same. I. Hey. Mood. True. And so, Lilian and I ditched the investigation and just kept vibing. Needless to say, I got obliterated in the trial. That's perfectly fine. It didn't matter to us anymore. Victoria wishes she was as enlightened. Worries, anxiety, fear, all of that vanished when we entered this state. No thoughts at all, just vibes. Who knew my issues had such a simple solution all along? Me and Lilian have become one in spirit. No hardships will be able to affect us anymore. A blissful future awaits. The Lighthouse of Lunacy, vibe ending. Told you this was worth it. That was too close. I don't know, felt like a good ending to me. I'm not ready to leave everything behind just yet. I can't afford to space out like this. Time to get a move on. Or is it? Hey, Lilian. Let's vibe some more. I thought you're not ready to vibe yourself out of existence yet? Right, never mind. Can't afford to keep procrastinating like this. But that is pretty funny, so that's why I wanted to show. But we'll time travel and go back to our state of mistrusting, and we'll present her profile this time as well. I guess I should start acting fishy as heck instead. That might make you trust me. Unfortunately, the vibe ending is not canon to our playthrough. That's certainly the kind of conclusion only someone like you could reach. It's worked before. Remember those social deduction games we played? You always ended up trusting the players that were obviously evil. That wasn't on me. How was I supposed to know they were actually just really bad players? It's because you kept overthinking it. What a poor judge of character. Always voted me out too. Well, you're kind of a menace in those games. Lynching you and then the players you suspected was a pretty solid policy to follow. Any more? No, that was just in the vibe ending. But anyway, enough of that. it's time to get down to some serious business. The JP Corporation. A whole organization built around murder? They definitely sound like the worst kind of people. There's no question about that, but what they're doing is a bit special. They're not really offering the normal kind of hit job. The normal, perfectly acceptable kind? What I mean is, car bombs, snipers, drive-by shootings. That's the stuff you'd think of when you hear about hitmen, no? Well, the JP Corporation takes it to a much more sophisticated level. So they're like premium assassins? The true pros that don't leave a trace? Pretty much. They have a certain code they adhere to. Judgment and purity. That's what the JP in their name stands for. So not just peaceful, which would be, I don't know, a misnomer. I don't exactly know how they interpret it, but judgment is pretty straightforward. Always make sure judgment is carried out. So basically a guaranteed kill? The purity part is where it gets a little tricky. But it seems to be some kind of commitment to keep their crimes pure. As for what that means, it's possible to guess based on some of their hits. They always commit their murders so that they're impossible. They have some kind of perfect crime? They have some kind of perfect crime fetish? That's one way to put it. When you can't determine the murder method, or there are just no viable suspects. In some form, they always go out of their way to make it seem like no human could have done it. So, maybe that is what happened this time. They shot her before she went into the room and locked the room. But they weren't expecting us to be in here with a gun, stealing, so it didn't go to plan. I get it, so it's like you're ordering an act of God from them. A code like that just makes it more likely they come after you though. They seem to be more about the ideology than pragmatism. Their activities ceased after the incident 5 years ago. The one Mr. Cova told us about, huh? Yeah, Ostman. Which makes it a solid assumption their leader died and he just scattered. Of course, you can never know for sure with such elusive underground organizations. Okay, let's think about what this could mean they were involved in this crime. The lead here is this newspaper on the victim's desk. The question is why Mrs. Holden had it. Could very well be a coincidence. Of course, after my article got published, many others covered the story. Were any of those present as well? I don't think so. All the other newspapers were way more recent. Was there anything else but the previous owner? Didn't see anything. The innocent explanation would have been that she was looking into things for the auction, but it seems a bit shaky if my article was the only thing she took an interest in. Now let's assume she was a member of this hitman group. It would make sense for her to have this article around. It exposed her boss. Our IDs got checked at the entrance, meaning it's a list of names. It's possible this list was handed to her and she saw my name on it. Good catch. She could have recognized her name and gone to her office to double check. That would explain why this old newspaper was at the very top. I'm not sure how she could have known my face, it's not included in the article. There might be cameras at the entrance. Or perhaps it has something to do with you going places you're not meant to be? So you think that when she spotted that, she figured it was a chance to take revenge? That would make this a failed assassination. It would line up with how aggressive she was with that knife. It would definitely be helpful in a trial if we had proof for that. Sadly, I doubt she'd have proof of being a hitman lying around. I'm also not totally convinced. That would have been a very spontaneous plan. Given their code, just going after someone with a knife shouldn't be acceptable. It wouldn't leave anything resembling an impossible crime. Maybe there was some idea to set up the scene afterwards. If the former owner of the room was with those JP people, there might be some secret exit method. The door being locked sort of lines up with that, I guess. Too bad she messed it up. Now we'll never know. Now we'll never know the locked room trick. No, I'm quite glad it failed. Anyways, it's all a little hard to buy. What good would it do to punish me now? The information I revealed back then was all about a dead man. If they wanted revenge, they should go after whoever killed him 1 year earlier, not some random journalist doing her job. Just what did you do to write that article? It couldn't have been that straightforward to get that kind of info. Well, I should tell her. About that, I didn't exactly look into anything. It's more like I just ended up with the info I needed. Hold on. This is supposed to be the untrustworthy ending. Come on. This isn't the vibe ending. You're not supposed to tell her anything. It's more like I just ended up with the info I needed. What do you mean? Let me explain. It happened 5 years ago, only a couple weeks after that incident. I found a strange package in my mailbox. It contained documents, data, lists, all sorts of information. The main focus of it were the illegal activities of that man. Someone just sent you all that in the mail? That's right. All the material I needed for that article came from that. There were no instructions or demands packaged with it. I was suspicious at first, but the documents turned out to be bulletproof. So I decided to publish it as an article. An anonymous package. I guess that means there really was no reason for them to hold a grudge against you. That's it? That's your whole reaction to what I just revealed? I don't know why you're not even the slightest bit disappointed. They should have been much more interested in whoever sent that to you. It must have been someone with significant knowledge of their inner workings. So, someone on the inside, a real traitor. Right, it's not like that was my fault. Well, the killers. We can't rule out that they just go after you to send a message. Still, I guess that would be a weak motive after so many years. I guess that's all we can speculate from that article. Let's head out and investigate more. You realised, didn't you? I didn't lie. You should be able to figure I'm holding something back. So why? Why aren't you trying to question me? You should move out. Only so much we can learn by talking here like this. It's intriguing stuff. It's like this room was used to be this room used to be used for some sort of lectures. There's another wacky thing about English is that used and used are spelled the same. Well, I've been trapped in this place for a while and found nothing useful. Useful? Anything else? Nope. Now we leave. Those to it. I urge you to reconsider. Now, how do I put this? You're the last kind of person I'd ask for an opinion. People's lives are at stake. If we stay here, who knows what will happen? Are you sure you care about people's lives? Or are you just trying to save your own skin? I understand why you're upset. Might a treat be able to make you reconsider, perhaps? Get out! I didn't think he'd come into the lighthouse. Or at least I thought he might have snuck in and snuck back out. So that guy made it inside before things got shut down. He ended up being right about the auction. Well, I thought he was gonna have been discovered to have snuck in and snuck out if he was the real killer. But we really are completely trapped in this lighthouse. He ended up being right about the auction, looking at the results. Though I doubt his warnings will help keep things calm right now. What are you spacing out for? She's alone right now. This is our chance to get some info. You say that, but what in the world can I even say here? Shut off your brain and just go for it. Well, nothing left to lose. Excuse me, could I have a word? Oh, it's you. A word? How do I put this best? Alright, how's this? You killed my mother, prepared to die. What was that? That sounded like a gunshot. Convenient timing. Your bluff. That was the sound of it getting called. The bullet is being matched with your gun at this very moment. Oh, makes sense. They must have needed to fire a second one for comparison. I know you already... Stop it. You really think I'm going to converse with you? You're trying to pull something. No, I just think that maybe we could exchange information. Why? Both of us already know what happened. The only thing I'll say is this. Don't think for a minute that you gained any lead in the trial just now. Your best bet still is to fold and ask for mercy. Hear me out. I'm really so much for shutting off your brain. She laughed. Oh no, she walked away so fast that she dropped something. This is the cleaning spray we saw her use during the auction, I think. I think we should just leave this to someone else. Take it! You might be able to earn some points if you return this. I highly doubt this will be enough to redeem me. Gotta start somewhere! We know this is going to be relevant. Maybe when we get back to see the blood trail it will be gone. And we're going to have to say that she used this to clean it. Or she cleaned fingerprints off something. Anyway, that went worse than I thought. You knew full well it would be a disaster. I'm responsible for her mother's death. How am I supposed to face her? Yeah, it was bound to be a train wreck. I just figured her reaction might tell us something. Well, you better got something. You better got something out of this, or you can do it next time. She does genuinely seem to think you did it. Groundbreaking info here. She probably also isn't bluffing about the trial. Of course, knowing what that isn't all helpful. But something's odd about her. You must have noticed this too. Her anger is too theatrical. It's obviously staged. Didn't spot anything like that. Well, that's because you're occupied with what to say. But if you think about it, she's pretty suspicious just based on her actions. I mean, she did just make like a reference, like in the crucial moment. A literal reference. You killed my father, prepare to die. Like, you get the reference, right? You don't just randomly make a reference when you're confronted with your mother's killer. But if you think about it, she's been pretty suspicious based on just her actions. Something is fishy about this trial setup. She's acting irrationally because of what happened. You told me that yourself. Yeah, but now that the trial happened, it just seems too convenient. I mean, there just happened to be a judge and lawyer present? Really? Where are you trying to go with this? This was actually all planned out in advance? Didn't you just say she genuinely shocked her mother died? She was genuinely shocked her mother died? I think it's iron on the details yet. She must have been prepared for this to some degree, though. Someone who called out my paranoia earlier, are you sure are happy to fuel it now? We are being stalked as we speak, Aurelia. Behind you. Sure. Wait, is that actually someone? Oh, crud. Did you try and sneak up on us? Creep alert. Listen, there's an explanation for this. The new boss girl just told me to keep an eye on you. Can't just have the killer run around messing with this stuff, I guess. What happened to the rule of two? Don't worry, I already got her covered. Okay, you can call me lazy, but don't think I'm stupid. It's kinda obvious the two of you were in cahoots. Even a detective lady told me to be wary of you after what you pulled last time. What? I didn't even do anything. Sounds like we're all doing great getting popular around here. Oh well, this might be a good chance though. It's your typical guard that has nothing better to do. Spend enough time around them and they're bound to let some info slip. Right, I can hear everything you're saying. This guy in charge of security, he's bound to be called as a witness sooner or later. Might be a good chance to find out what they know. course, there's also the crime scene to visit if this seems unproductive. We're presenting stuff. This is my press pass. Nice flashback. Don't know why you have to show me that. She gave you a pass, now it's your turn. You didn't return enough to let you roam around freely. Sorry, that'll never come to pass. Don't pass yourself off as a tough guy. You totally like it when pretty girls boss you around. Being a little rushed, I'm not yet convinced you pass my standards. Don't bother trying to make a pass at me. Might have a shot with Aurelia though. Hard pass. I've tried to work on me. I still got my bulletproof vest. I don't even have my gun anymore. But aren't you a little overconfident? It's not like the vest covers your head, and there's still a decent bit of your neck showing. It's Spartanity's to aim at, seems, madam. What are the odds somebody's hitting nose while I'm moving? You'd have to be pretty stupid to try. That, dear God, is what we call a jinx. It's right. Already it's like hit my jinx quota for the day. Can't believe I could have nipped this in the bud if I could have confiscated this. Well, hard sound of 2020, I guess. I am certainly bound to agree on that. A fellow under the Cova Strawberry crisis. A certain surely hits the spots. Where a secret my man is putting in there, it's working. Should we tell him? No, let's not ruin his enjoyment. Man, you just had to say something ominous in front of me. Not falling for it though. No way my man would spill his secret recipe to you. Probably for the best, just enjoy the cake. Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh, I'm not sure I'll take those responses. Figured the last writing I'd ever get from her would be my termination letter, not a friggin' autopsy. I imagine this is the last thing a guard should want to see. You can trade out again. In any other job, this might be a cause for celebration. One shot to the head. One shot to the heart, her. At least you made it quick. There's still in dispute whether that's on me. Whatever you say, madam. Gotta say, it's impressive she got her kid square in the chest like that. Not the easiest thing to pull off during a scuffle. I imagine that won't bode well for me, like everything else. So a boss with a knife person. Makes a lot of sense. Well, it's not like it was her knife, it was one of the auction items. She just happened to have it on her hand at the time. There's a point to note actually, this was an auction item. So this might be relevant to something that happened in the past. Or so. Well, she should have asked me. I could have lent her my expendable baton. Much more appropriate if you ask me. Or you could have gone in yourself. No, right. Why am I getting lectured by the burglar? There's a good point here though. Mrs. Holden didn't simply call security. She was quick to take this matter into her own hands. I'll need more to really put her actions into doubt, but to start. I actually picked that up. You gotta hand that back to the boss, right? You gotta hand that back to the boss, right? She's a bit of a clean freak. Wouldn't want to see it trouble. Sure, we'll return it. Eventually. Alright. Go to do anything then. Might have been preferable if you just took it. Just under the door I'm assigned to. Can't help you there. Are there any other guards I could ask? No. This is technically an abandoned building. Besides, there's only one entrance and it's easy enough to prevent access. Or prevent you from leaving, it seems. Well, yeah. That should show why there's no need to have anyone else patrol it. You're in luck, though. I heard some people are keeping tabs on this for free. You'll probably be hearing from them all about it soon. Looking forward to it. Better TV up here? What an orange home. No one's using that thing anyway. Should have shipped it down to me. I'll give you this one. I imagine it'd be pretty boring to sit there all day. You probably didn't know about the TV, so I guess there's no info to be gained from this. Oh yeah, I noticed that when I got a kick from the scene. Liar. Please, it's my job to pay attention to the surroundings. So, I take it you immediately reported this? I mean, it's hard to miss. I'm sure the others already spotted it. The young Miss Holden would never miss any stare on the floor. That madam always points out when there's dirt in my uniform. Can't even spoil his coffee in peace. Well, they haven't mentioned the blood trail so far, at least. Probably because they're more focused on the bullet you put into a boss. Cabaret the detective seems too occupied and disdained to be bothered. Don't think I've seen her leave the room once since she got started. Well, there's a very real possibility that this could come in handy as a trump card. What can you tell me about the keys in this tower? Why do you think I know anything about that? Maybe because you're a security guard? I mean... okay, maybe that's fair. The thing is, I don't have any physical keys. The main entrance is purely an electronic lock. Everything our parents handled with their boss in her dog. I saw him handle a bunch of keys sometimes, but it's the best I can give you. You think there's anything like a master key? Don't think so, otherwise it'd be pretty stupid to carry all those separate keys around. All of them look like this one? Yep, seems to be the standard design for this building. So the actual key for the study must look similar to this, at least we know what we're looking for. I know what you're thinking. Yep, it's only a matter of time. I don't follow. A second murder is gonna happen. And the real key to the study will be found inside the new crime scene. This will turn out to be it. This will turn out to be the key to it. Then we have to deal with interlinked lock rooms. Sincerely, no thank you. That's a Turnabout Pairs reference. Go and play that case if you want something absurdly difficult. Starting newspapers, you know it's much less hassle to use your phone. Your boss read these actually. Right, I forget I shouldn't have been there. They're explains what the mailman comes by for every day, I guess. This place is a mailbox and a proper address? There's probably a requirement to put it up for rent in the first place. The boss had the most basic necessities to be delivered. Must be a pain for the delivery to drive here. Guess on them for picking a job like that. Did your boss ever explain why she did things this way? She didn't want to waste her time on going to the store, I guess. Nothing wrong with it. You've got a mind to take it easy. That could have been a reason. Can't help but wonder if it really was, though. Pretty sure I'm going to be judged no matter what opinion I give on this. Which is why I'll keep it to myself. Putting the fifth, alright. Am I being a coward? You're making my point for me, madam. I'm sure even your companion has to agree. I'm only protecting myself. But another choice here. So I'm gonna... Should I call him a coward? I do understand in this instance. But nope, you're just a coward. Men that can't even commit to having an opinion, honestly, are the most annoying. Right? This is pathetic. He's down, this is our chance to give him the slip. Not so fast, man. That took me down, but I'm out. I guess that would have been both too easy and too sad. It's fine, he's exposing his weakness. Only a matter of time before I break him. Geez, it's starting to sound like I might need my own security guard. You need to keep your friend in check. Can't believe I'm telling that to a murderer. There's no keeping her in check even though I tried. I don't care if I'm a coward if it gets me through the day. Say what you want, it's still working out better for me than it is for you. and save again. We're gonna keep the coward ending as the canon ending, but we're gonna go back and understandable. Have a nice day. Can't fight you for playing it safe. Probably the best way to handle her. It too, Aurelia? Should have known. Two cowards giving each other props. Don't think that will keep me contained. You don't get to do that. Was this really the right call? I should be safe. No promises for what might happen to you, though. Let's move on to a less volatile topic. Or should... Thoughts? Why would you do that? I thought we were trying to avoid this. Worth the reaction. Oi. What hell you're walking into? Oh. She's already mad. I shouldn't push it any further. Looks like you took the heat off me. Appreciate that at least. Want to keep not sharing your thoughts on this? Morning thought heroes. Nice knowing you. If it wouldn't get me fired, I'd be running for the hills right about now. Come on, it's worked out so far. Haha. This is very funny, Aurelia. Presenting my profile and refusing to say anything about me? Peak comedy. Glad you agree. I was gonna let it slide because we should have higher priorities. But you apparently can't tell me when to stop. Getting way too serious about this. Oh, don't worry. This is all still part of the joke. I just don't feel like it should be on me in the end. Last chance. I dare you to present my profile again. If you want to have a bad time, it can totally be arranged. I'll think about whether I accept that challenge. It's time to stop. Leave a profile be. I think you both know we can't do that. I'm feeling an uncanny shiver all of a sudden. Am I sure I want to present this? Hello everyone. Have you seen this girl before? Be careful what you say about her. Who knows how she might take it. Still proudly parading around your cowardice, huh? There's no way you'll win the case with that attitude. That's it then. We'll stay here until you figure out how to properly respond to my profile. Here, got any thoughts? I plead the fifth. You think I won't commit to this? You think I hecking won't? You can't exactly do that. The trial's going to resume soon enough. I'll just have to last that long. Oh shit. Let's try it again. It can't be that difficult. What is the legitimate response to my profile? Ooh. Say my name. Did you forget it? You better start your opinion with Lilian, so there's no doubt who we're talking about. What is the legitimate response to my profile? Are you even trying? I think you'll seriously think that's impressive enough to not let you leave. Hopefully you'll seriously think it's impressive enough to let you leave. Maybe I'll feel more generous if you add some compliments. What is a legitimate response to my profile? No but allowed. Keep this to the straightforward truth. What's a legitimate response to my profile? That's it? You think cool is gonna cut it? That's worse than nothing. Total garbage. Put some actual effort into your compliments. What is a legitimate response? How about... That's... I guess she's not taking that as a compliment. We're trapped in hell now, so we've got no choice. We're gonna have to really flatter her here. You're amazing. I'll add an exclamation mark to seal the deal. No? How about... So we'll start with Lilian, and we can't say cool. That's pretty much all we've been given so far. How about brilliant? Girl, where's your punctuation? You get to be lazy, period. Oh, I just forgot that time. Brilliant. An exclamation mark to seal the deal? I guess that can be considered a valid opinion. Say it again. The exact same thing. I might cheat and copy and paste. Good girl. I'll say it 10 more times. I knew this was worth it. Knew this was coming. That's the spirit. Remember this whenever you think of presenting that again. Yes, master. No, I must resist the brainwashing. Why do I think this was a good idea? Is it just me, or do you look much more pale all of a sudden? Finally clear on just how screwed you are, huh? In a sense. One more time? Lilian, you're brilliant. What? Going to be careful and neither agree nor disagree. You know what, that's too funny to not have as the canon ending. So we're just gonna keep going. We're just gonna keep going. We wasted enough time on that. Rest in peace, boss. This one wasn't on me. I did my job just like you told me to. Snap, I can still hear our criticisms. I gave you one job and you messed it up, Lois. Waste some money. And even after my death, still the gall to make excuses. Alas, it's not like she won't get the last laugh. Next payday will probably be the last, and I get the feeling this is going to look terrible on my CV. Gara's just sure the culprit doesn't get away. That might save it. I'll hold my tongue. Most remarks will sound hypocritical coming from me. I feel for her. Fingers crossed she wins the trial. At least he's honest about where he stands. Fingers crossed, huh? So you admit that there's a real chance we roll her? Well, this charge should be in the bag by our rational accounts, but... let's say listening to her decisions hasn't always worked out that well. Example? Think about it. She ordered me to get up to this floor, and listen. Now I'm stuck here with the rest of you. I'm not just salty about that, of course. She has a history of almost always making the wrong call. She's incompetent, got it? I didn't mean to call her a scourge. Could have been bad luck. That was that time I took part in a lottery I saw in a magazine. She asked to take a look at the numbers I picked and told me it was unlucky to have a 13. So I changed the numbers. Now get this. I'd have totally won if I'd have gone with my numbers. Okay, that's pretty unlucky. And guess what? The other day, she mentioned this new company. It was called Super Pristine or something. Never heard of it. They were selling a new type of vacuum. You just leave it in the center of the room and boom. Or it just gets sucked in like black hole. Sounded pretty neat to me, so I ordered them. They went bankrupt the next day and I never got my money back. Unluck, but... Really? That was too good to be true. Totally on you. You'll never believe it after this next one. Alright. So at one time she challenged me to a duel. She said that if I could guess a coin flip 5 times in a row, I'll get a raise. If I got even one wrong, I have to give her $300. I felt lucky that day. Triumphant. I'm sorry, but it's completely on you accepting those odds. Oh yeah? The next part is going to blow your mind. Because I totally smoked it. Got all of the money. But when I asked the boss for my raise, she cut my pay instead. The game was rigged from the start. I think my point still stands. Just like this trial's rigged from the start. I'm telling you now. You know, at best, all of it makes it sound like she might be the one really haunted by a curse. I can't say I'm after a good start with her. I took her umbrella so she could do the metal detector check, but it totally went off. She totally went off on me for that. Get this. Paranoia is the only thing protecting her against the ever-present storm of mediocrity. Sounded like bunk. Am I the jerk here? Am I the asshole, Reddit? Yep, that umbrella was for intellectuals only. You were way out of line. Oof, you could have at least had my back on this one. Ship sailed, I guess. She hates me. And of course, she turned out to be the lawyer of my new boss. Which is great. If it's any consolation, we're definitely still much higher on her list of personae non grata. My man, he might look a little out of place, but he's real. Makes sense that you know him. I guess you're a regular customer. Customer? Please, we're bros. He always got some free snacks lined up for me. What? Free? He's got to be getting something out of that. Believe it or not, there are people who make an effort to be nice in this world. You should try that sometime, madams, before you go shooting people. I bet this is just his way to get you to let some info slip. Please, I'm a professional. Like I'd ever do that. Well, I guess I did on showing him the visitor's logs a couple of times. But that's no skin off anyone's back, right? Got him. Knew something had to be wrong here. Wrong. Yeah, this is very wrong. How come this guy of all people gets regular free snacks? They're sour cooking crumbles. Literally. Y'all hopeless. What? You wanna talk about me? Good way to fall asleep. Never mind here. What made you decide to work here? This place? That was a no-brainer. I always wanted a job where I get paid for doing basically nothing most of the time. And nobody's constantly up in my business. That might sound boring to some, but someone's gonna do it. Fair enough. And how long have you been employed? Oof. Has it been 3 years yet? Must have been at least 2. The job must have been posted when the whole curse stuff started to... the job must have been posted when the whole curse stuff started being a thing. I had a decent track record of working for other places, so they hired me on the spot. Or nobody else applied. The spot is not that convenient. Didn't stop me though. Got a nice coast to walk by every day. Makes sense? I guess not being a recent hire speaks in his favour. There's still the option he got hired for reasons he's not telling us, but let's not get too paranoid unless we find leads suggesting as much. Good thing I didn't work here when that dude was still around. I might have made to hire a guard for myself. Just going by what I heard about him, you know. What did you hear? Only when everyone else knows. Hard to work here without at least hearing about it. Apparently, they still don't know how many people he killed. It's difficult to say since he was part of a criminal organization. There are those he likely killed directly, but he could have also only given the orders. Yeah. Yeah. Good thing I got out. And we got today's killer in the bag as well. You ain't gonna break his record anytime soon, man. I should just move on. You have to present everything. It's my kind of case. 10 out of 10 just for that, honestly. Anything specific? Oh. The judge is still here. I wonder what he's doing. My grandson could have come with a better argument than the defense. Penalty! No, it doesn't work. He's pretty clever. Defense! This is a bigger waste of time than the third Steel Samurai movie. Penalty! Oh wait, I hear a lot of people like that one. It might not land. My heavenly mallet shall strike down this ungodly argument. Begone, defense! No, I shouldn't get carried away. First of all, that seemed a little biased against the defense. Secondly, I have no idea what that was, and I don't think that was I was supposed to see it. Let's slowly back away before he notices. We'll do the same thing again. Let's stay away. I also might really catch one of those penalties. Anything? I don't think it's anything. The auction hall is being used as a courtroom now. I'm going to look around. I'll be back here soon enough. So, thoughts on this trial? Here it comes. Now I'm suddenly not a creep. I know how this one goes. We know how this goes too. You'll resist for a bit and then give us the info anyway. Saying stuff like that doesn't exactly improve your chances. Did anyone explicitly tell you not to give us any info? I mean, no. It's a common sense, sure. They're already acting like this is all my fault for letting you keep that gun. Yeah, you could have stopped all of this, so you owe us that much. That's very rich coming from you. Think of it this way. If the case against me is really that good, telling me shouldn't really change anything. Yeah, I guess there's no harm in telling you just how screwed you are. I don't want to say I told you shooting anyone would be a bad idea, but that wasn't meant to be taken as a challenge, goddammit. Worst of all, now they're making me do all that extra work. As I thought, maybe worth asking what he's been tasked to do. Doesn't seem particularly screwed to me. Did you see that trial? Aurelia killed it. Well, alright, I don't really know what went wrong there. Going with that woman as your lawyer? That's what went wrong. She makes terrible calls, that's the thing. So, once the real witnesses get on there, it's just over for you. It's over for you. You wouldn't happen to be talking about yourself? I'll probably call her eventually. What a bother. But no, I'm not up first. I'm more like the final nail in the coffin. Hopefully there won't be any need to drag it out to that point. So he does know who's up first on the stand. Definitely pressing that. You mentioned you'd be given extra work. Can you elaborate? Oh sure, I'm gonna let you know who's doing everything around here. I was minding my own business down the entrance. Started to be like a simple day, you know? Then someone had to go and create a mess. Of course, I didn't hear anything down there until I got a call up from upstairs. They told me to gather all the security logs and take the elevator up ASAP. You're talking about those notes you took when we entered, right? About who's entered and left the building and what they bought? Impressive, man. You remember that? That sort of thing could come back to bite you. Get this stuff. They clarified they wanted all the logs. Not just for today, for the whole last year at least. And they wanted me to go over all of them and double check there are no discrepancies. Or else I could just have pretended to have lost them. I lost them. Seriously, why do I care about anything other than today? That's definitely Victoria's doing. She's read a stupid amount of mystery novels, even if it's just to label them all third rate. So she knows one of the best ways to get past the guard is to sneak in way beforehand. Yeah, she likely wants to shut down any suggestion that third party stuck in days in advance. Or plants a gun in their days in advance. I was trying to make sense. I was also told to see if everyone who checked in also checked out again. Of course all of them did though. Like I could just call it a day when a guest is destroying a building. Overtime shifts. Then again, you can hardly make this 100% certain. We can always go back further. It's not like someone kept tabs from the very day this tower was built. I think she'd welcome if you got that desperate. She'd be like, seriously? As expected of a monkey brain like yours. When Newton saw the apple falling from the tree, it must have fallen right on your head. Sounds uncannily accurate. Then she'd ask you to explain how such a person would have survived without starving to death. No way we get far with that. No way we get far with that without anything backing it up. Still, you're really sure I'm the only one who ever brought a gun into this tower? I mean, you saw the procedure at the entrance. That happens each time someone enters and exits. It's not just when I'm saying added for the auction. Every visitor has to go through that check. There have been some deaths in the past, so I guess I'll make the manager a bit paranoid. I know I never saw any other visitor bringing a gun. The records back me up on this. Any other visitor, you said? Not everyone is a visitor. Are you really sure you checked everyone? Not sure what you're implying. Afraid you have to be a bit clearer about it. Don't you suggest I start off and just let people through. I'd be stupid, but not lazy. Wait. I didn't try and imply any flaw on your part. To clarify, there'll be some people that surely wouldn't count as visitors. What about the manager herself, for example? Surely you weren't expected to check your own employer each time she came in. Wow, matter of a point there. None of the boss area left that off. So we're left with blaming the victim for an extra gun, or was she's here all along? You know it's unlikely to fly for long without any proof. True, the autopsy left that opening, but that can only last so long. However, he said something interesting about the victim just now. Maybe worth pivoting back to that later. Anything else you had to do? Fortunately, that was all. It's what I wish I could say, but of course that was just the beginning. Let's take a quick drink. I'm not on trial for forcing you to do your job, no? Try to cover up after gathering all the documents, yeah? Evidently, or you wouldn't be trapped here with us. First, they have me starting guard at the crime scene today with that cold lady. The one I found you with? Real irritable, that one. Knowing you, that's probably on you. She wasn't that talkative, but her machines kept making funny noises, so it wasn't too boring. Not that I could tell if she was actually doing something or just pretending to be busy. Meanwhile, you definitely weren't doing more than you needed to. We still need his info, Lilian. Well, shame what happened next. It was smart of me to save the energy. Suddenly, an lady shows up, apparently a local intellectual snob. Man, I wonder who that could have been. Right, where's that lawyer? Ooh, lawyer feels generous. Apparently, technically true is something. Anyway, she too starts ordering me around on behalf of my new boss. Where's with all these women having it out for me today? What did I do? Careful how you word that, buddy. I guess men wouldn't be better. And, you know what? Never mind. But here's what she asked me to do. Get this. She said there'll always need to be a head count before the trial can begin. I mean, that seems like a common sense thing to do. It's suspiciously mundane for someone like Victoria to bother with. It also makes sense in the bigger picture. She's doing process of elimination. First, she tried to rule out extra people, hence having the guard check all the logs. Then, she made sure nobody here was suspiciously absent when the trial began. In conclusion, Victoria was worried about theories that involved some hiding place or escape routes. If you can rule out extra people, then we can't blame everything on some nebulous third party. Any accusations have to be against someone actually present at the trial. Anyone present can provide arguments and alibis if needed, and it'll likely be hard to find an alibi worse than mine. Huh. Surprised he was that prepared. Lovely she opted not to use any of it before making a fool out of herself. High IQ moves all around. Well, if you ask me, just want to order me around some. No big plan to it or anything. Anyway, obviously the numbers checked out. 68 people in total are supposed to be inside the building. I counted 67 living people and 1 dead body. No mathematician needed here. Ah, but did you count yourself? Obviously I've included in both counts. Give me some credit, jeez. Not questioning your competence, just your value as a person. Do I have a post-it note stuck to my back? There's no way I deserve this treatment. Taking advice, you gotta be willing to walk away. Just leave us to our own devices. Ugh, surely I'll be walking away from having a job at the same time. So that's their plan. This is gonna be the perfect team, I can tell. Anyway, this must have been the extent of his tasks. It's not quite worth noting down yet. We should just keep in mind we check these things. If you're not the next witness, then who is? Is that substitute detective? I don't think so. Sounds like she doesn't even want to be bothered. I guess it's not really having the case somewhere. Nah, it's clearly time for some real witnesses to pin you down. So the next one will be one of the guests that caught you right in the act. Nonsense, there was nobody else in the room. Same difference. Sometimes it just comes down to knowing who went through a door. That's pretty much my own job after all. Some folks caught you right at the scene after they broke down the door, if you were caught. I was a little out of it then, but I do vaguely remember some people coming in. Well, those same people swear I saw you, and only you, into that room. I see. This is worse than I expected it to be, and I wasn't optimistic to begin with. If it had just taken note after the gunshot, there had been maybe some ways to get out of it. There goes our random visitor with a gun excuse for good. You really could have put a bit more effort into stealth. Only you can do so much in a crowded hall. Amateur, crowds are the best places to blend in. As counterintuitive as it seems, showing up with a dress or suit would have caught less attention. Of course people are going to remember some weirdo showing up in a turtleneck. Well, first of all, that would have been hard to move around in. Secondly, I would be caught dead in a dress. You want to give Victoria an actual valid reason to mock me? It definitely would have caught attention. Excuses. This is all the more reason you should have checked the Maristellarium. I got one that would have been perfect for you, at an affordable price. Oh, so this was all leading up to a plug. Smooth. What do you think, guard boy? Would it suit her? You want my opinion on this? No. Tell us the name of the first witness instead. There's the rope. They were throwing around a couple of names. I couldn't quite catch who they settled on. Sounds like they got quite the selection. That's what happens if you put a gun next to a party. In conclusion, I'm still absolutely screwed. He said something uncanny about the manager earlier. Something about how she doesn't leave this tower that often. Well, yeah. It's very rare to see her go out at all. And never for long. But she's just a real estate manager. This isn't even her own building, right? Now that you say it, her office had a bed and all. Seemed a bit odd. Hold up. You just walked into the boss's office? Nah, I saw it from the outside. Outstandingly believable. Ah, that's fine. Thank God for this minimum effort guard. Our exploding is getting managed on behalf of some nearby park. Since they had no use for it, they just wanted to find someone to rent it out to. So the boss basically had free reign to do whatever to make that happen. Well, that's what I heard at least. The whole renting thing hasn't been going so well though. You've seen the place. The view might be nice. It's just too impractical. Like, who think to themselves it's time to live in some overpriced remote tower? I imagine the rumors didn't help. The whole curse business? Yeah, never helpful. Is that why the manager decided to hole up in here? To prove that there was no curse after all? When you put it like that, yeah, that might have been it. There's a lot of dedication to live here for years. Might be needed though. There are some crazies in this town. Get this. One time some dude approached the tower in a fishing boat and opened fire. Someone pulled a gun on you? Nah, on the tower. Probably was trying to hit the eyes or something. Must have thought it was some evil monster to defeat. He kept at her until the Coast Guard came and chased him off. And when the people who saw the eyes blinking? Wow, certified Don Quixote moment. Goes to show, there are still people around here that really don't like this building. This boss must have figured things would calm down eventually. Nobody's died in almost 3 years after all. And then you came along. I don't buy into that whole curse business, which got me actually spooked. Dude kept warning us about it too. Any potential buyers are probably gone for good now. Even if this time wasn't a curse, which is straight up murder. There's nothing I can say in my defense right now. Let me get ready to give an explanation for why this manager might have attacked me. We need more info about her. What else can you tell us about your ex-boss? Reading my mind again? Not sure what you want to say here. I didn't really get my enchanters to interact with her being down at the gate at all. I guess she was kind of serious with this lady. Like, sure when you feel like she had better things you needed to get back to. So when you hear stuff like checking your phone, enjoying some cake, or trying to make music with a metal detector, she'd judge you and probably confiscate whatever she could. I wonder who got caught doing those things. And I mean, I did hear a lot of rich folks let her manage their properties, so she must have been putting in somewhat of an effort. You could say she was stressed all the time. See? That's why you gotta take it easy from time to time. Go on vacation. Spend time with your family. Nothing wrong with it. Oh? Seeing how her daughter helped out, I think she cared a little for family. Hard to say. She kinda got personal assistant treatment. Any menial talk was just pushed on to the young man. I think that might be, let's say, task. If there was any motherly love there, it was tough stuff. She got criticized for every little mistake. Felt a bit sorry for her. Doesn't sound like what it seemed like at the auction. Sounds like a motive to me. You wanna put it on her? Good luck with that. Whereas a fellow slave, I'm on her side. She also must be your new master now, it seems. So, anyone else in this family? A daughter meets a father, no? Can't say I've ever seen him if he exists. That's likely all we'll get here then. She was such a bad mom. Why would her daughter care enough to set up this trial? I told you something's fishy here. Families can be complicated, who knows? Right now we don't have enough time to speculate. I get the sense he's told us everything he's willing to. Might be good to explore some other places now. We will be checking out and exploring other places next time. Well, I like to say we got a lot done, but most of it was just saying the same thing over and over again and being brainwashed. But it was fun, and yeah, we're going to continue this investigation next time. See you then.